Okay, Berserk Chapter 21 up to Chapter 25. So I guess, yeah, maybe this is like um, a recap scene. I think we've seen this from the last chapter. And yeah, and the eyeball popping out. And hey, i- impossible. With one arm, he's killed half of 100 men. This isn't just a fluke. What? There's still that many left? Yeah, man. The sun's gonna come up before I finish splitting your heads. Man, after seeing the savagery of Guts, I don't think it would be worth the money to fight him. Cause yeah, I think the only time you might be, I guess, try to do it if he's weakened enough. But don't falter. He can barely stand now. Fall upon him all at once. Uh, but yeah, I guess that's another strategy they could do. Is just um, I guess try uh to compress him. I guess attack him all at the same time. And I think Guts would at least. I guess he has definitely experienced this before. So I guess he could find a way. What the hell am I doing in this dumb place? Oh, risking my life so cheaply. Is it for her? No, probably not. Right now, no time to think. All there is now is how to cut, how to kill. That's all. Man, a savagery. Even these thoughts will slip my mind in time, and then. But the thing is, only the beat of my heart still remains, man. Man, his survival instincts. I think, I guess he has always risked his life. I guess he's saying it's some kind of a cheap sacrifice right now, because I guess with Casca and things like that. But I think he hasn't realized that he has always been doing this from the moment, I guess, from the moment he was separated from Gambino's group. He always has been trying to go into battle. I think that has somewhat heightened his instincts of survival. Man, sorry about that for the delay. Yeah, reinforcements have arrived. It took a while to convince the powers that be. Hey, hurry! His guts is hurry. Ah, it's nice seeing this from Casca. Because if this was the same case from before, I think she wouldn't care about him. But this is really an amazing character development for the both of them. Guts, what happened? This way, hurry, hey. Someone give her a hand, forget about that. So I could get away. He stayed behind with all the enemy. Man, if we don't hurry, it's really heartwarming seeing her like this towards Guts. Cause I guess I've been used to seeing her always being, I guess, angry towards him. I guess always hoping that he would just die alone. I guess in the battlefield. But now, I guess after what Guts did for her, and I guess also learning a little bit more about him, somewhat personally, has somewhat changed Casca's perspective of Guts. That he's not really just a selfish guy. Be in time. Please be in time. Man, I totally shipped the two. Here. Man, but this they will just see all the soldiers that Guts savagely destroyed in this place. Man, he's such a beast. Yeah, no reinforcements needed. Oh wow. Man, you're kidding, right? There's almost 100 corpses. He couldn't have all by himself. Man, this will just make him more infamous now. And I guess this would also um make him gain more trust from the band of the Hawks. But I guess because there are different factions within the band, so I think Guts' own men already should already recognize how strong he is. But maybe but I think they should have also seen it when they first met him. But I guess they've never really seen him do this in this kind of scale where 100 men and man, he's injured. Remember, he's still injured right now. And look at him, man, such a cool shot. man, man, such a monster. And at the same time, he's like a beastly in terms of battle, but you know deep down inside he's somewhat still just a kid, which is really sad. Ah man, guts. Oh, guts. Hey, this looks bad. Hey, keep it down. Don't shake me. You'll just make the wounds worse. man, guts. Oh, look at how happy she is. This is so of a a very I guess a very big contrast to what she was like towards Guts before. Man, I think this is the beginning where she and Guts will finally be closer now. And I guess because at the same time, I guess somewhat Guts and Casca also somewhat have the same goal. I guess same mission. And I guess Guts' mission is just to follow Griffith because they made a deal and he's owned by Griffith. But at the same time, I think it's also benefiting for Griffith. And I think Casca should also recognize that now. Man, I'm tearing a lot in this episode, in this chapter, because I guess the progression of Casca and Guts' relationship, I really love it the most in this I guess in this arc so far. Move, clear the way, open a path, emergency. Man, look at how worried Casca is. I think the only time she would be like this is towards Griffith. But I think her feelings are now somewhat, I guess, being divided towards Guts and Griffith. They're back. That bastard survived after all. Talk about stubborn. Yeah, what was his name? He's. I think he still has grudge towards Guts because Guts did kill his comrades before. You're exaggerating. Let me off. I'll walk. Don't move. You'll hurt yourself. This is a disgrace, man. Look at Casca worrying about Guts. Ow, ow, ow. I said, man, look, I ain't a ragdoll. How about being a little careful? Stop that. You're in bad enough shape as it is, man. Look, I just can't believe how much, I guess, cause I guess Casca is really a good person, so I guess the moment she, I guess she get to see I guess at the same time, Guts also somewhat sacrificed his life he to protect Casca. So I think that really made a big impact towards Casca. Ooh, what a frightful man. Normally someone with that many wounds should have passed out long before now. So how is he? He's a tough one. Well, I don't suppose his life is in danger. But he must rest. In other words, he's through for this campaign. Oh, screw you. I'm fighting till the end of this campaign, even if I had to crawl. I wonder what Griffith has to say. You don't. What if it somewhat now changes where Griffith would still push Guts to fight in the front lines, and Casca will be the one somewhat, I guess, going against that, because she's somewhat worried for Guts, and that would make Casca be somewhat against now to Griffith. That would be interesting. You don't, if you follow through with that, I can guarantee your survival. Survival guarantee. What the hell's got to do with war anyway? Ah, fine then. I won't be responsible for the outcome. Do as you will. Che. Oh, I think this guy is noticing that Casca is acting differently. Well, in any case, thank goodness you two were able to make it back and sound. Safe and sound? How? By the way, where's Griffith? Our counsel at headquarters. He left this morning. Oh, he won't be back until tomorrow. And just when these two came back, bad timing. Casca, you don't need to be treated. I'm fine. Mine's not an injury. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, we really weren't sure that would happen for a while there. Guess we've got Captain Guts to thank this time around. You must have really worried you all. Oh man, we're so relieved, sis. You know though, it's pretty cold for even Boss Griffith to go to a war council right now. Cut it out. Go back. Go to your sword master. Go to Griffith. So are you changing your I guess her feelings are now being swayed. Casca, could I see you for a bit? What? I thought I'd tell you something. Is it about Griffith? When Griffith decided to send out a search party to find you two, the nobles around him strongly opposed his decision for various reasons. But Griffith said and plainly, those two are vital to the band of the Hawk. I will not lose them. Oh. Griffith said that? Yeah, that's a big deal, him saying all that. Truthfully, I was a tad jealous. Oh. Then there's this. Put some on the Hero of the 100. Powder. Oh, Hero of the 100. That's a cool name. Powder medicine. Oh, Puck. Or maybe just another similar elf like Puck. There was this elf. Oh, it is Puck. There was this elf in a traveling entertainment troupe I used to work for years ago. Oh, he knew Puck. He was good folk, and that's what he gave me when I was badly injured in an accident. Elf dust. Man. Oh, man. I kind of miss Puck now. Elf, no way. It's true. Well, I guess not too many people believe in them these days. But they really exist. Whether you believe in them or not doesn't matter. Just that the powder is certified effective. I've escaped death even on the battlefield thanks to that stuff. That's the last of it. But something so valuable, don't sweat it. It's a good deal if you think about it. One bag of medicine for 100 dead enemies, man. I think that this is also somewhat showing how much of an asset Guts really is in terms of battlefield. I think Griffith also recognized that. Man, he's a killing machine. Thank you, Judo. Huh? Showing a soft side. What do you suppose to happen? Yeah, she's definitely changed so much. Because before she was like always, kinda always. I guess I don't know, somewhat more serious and much. I guess much tougher. Oh, she's looking for guts. And yeah, I guess she has to give the powder. Survival, and man, such a good chapter. Man, the chapters are getting better and better. Because before, from the last read through, I think I had the I thought that was so. I guess so far that was one of my favorite chapters, and I think now it's somewhat being this chapter now. And I hope she's still alive now. Man, before I don't really care about Casca. Now now I've totally changed my mind about her at the same time, and I'm really hoping that she might. I hope that she survived this, and maybe hopefully Guts and her could be reunited again. Man, And man, I just had a theory that I guess I already I guess because before I already talked about that, maybe the Band of the Hawks, maybe Casca was sacrificed and was killed, and for I guess for the benefit of Griffith, and that has made Guts so angry towards Griffith. But I think now it's because I guess because I've get to know more about Casca now that it makes it a lot more. I guess I feel a lot more attached to her dying than compared to before, because before I didn't really, I guess because I never really knew about the Band of the Hawks, then even Casca, we haven't been that we haven't learned that much about her. But now that I'm so invested in her character that I don't want her to die. Man, Campfire of Dreams, such a cool title. Campfire of Dreams. Man. This is okay. You're not resting. I feel too hot to sleep. This was the coolest place. Man. Before she's always grudgy and somewhat bitchy about Guts. I guess because before she never really cared about Guts before. She was just jealous about Guts and always thinking, I guess, that he's like a burden to them. Hey, don't move. And I think Guts at the same time is, I think he's also having definitely some kind of feelings towards her. What's this stuff? Judo gave it to me. Mystical healing medicine, she said. Man, who would have thought that Guts already had this connection from Pac from the beginning? Come on, turn around. It's not something you should worry about. Huh? That was something I did on my own. It wasn't really for your sake. It's fighting is more my nature than running away. Yeah, I don't think she would um somewhat believe that, because if fighting is really his motivation, he wouldn't have to sacrifice himself for Casca from the beginning when she fell down that cliff and took an arrow and then took another arrow for her and protect her. Man, because if it's just for survival, and I guess more it is more, I guess he has a better chance of surviving if he was just um I guess if he's not trying to protect Casca at that time. You fought close to 100 enemies. Yeah. Yeah. Besides, I had a score to settle with that dude. I was so into swinging my sword that I don't know what happened to him though. Oh, did he kill? Oh, I guess we never saw that gods killed him. So I guess he was able to escape, but still, to be blunt, and I thought this then too. Compared to what you're doing, me fighting with 100 men doesn't really matter. Ah, it's like it ain't just you, Griffith's the same way. Oh, cause they have a purpose. They have a purpose on what they're doing. That I guess the lives that are going to be like killed or sacrificed are not going to be pointless. And I guess Guts, what Guts is saying is that he doesn't really have a reason for fighting, and I think that he's making like it's somewhat pointless and kind of tragic. But I think, but now I think it has now changed, because I think him fighting that 100 men is somewhat also being like his purpose there was somewhat to protect Casca at the same time, because if he wasn't able to stop those 100 men from, I guess, chasing, I guess, because a part of them could just chase Casca, and I think that would put her at risk. He's got something he'd bet his entire life on. I think that's kind of amazing. Kind of thing. I think that kind of thing's amazing compared to that. If I were to go out and fight 100 or 1,000 men, it wouldn't really be any big deal. That's what I thought. Guts. What a nice view. Yeah, man. Oh man, I totally ship this too, man. So much. You know, Gaston. He's my second in command. The army's not really Gaston's thing. Once the war's, oh man, and this is also showing how much he care for his men as well, man. The army's not really Gaston's thing. Once the war is over, he plans to open a clothing shop in downtown Windham with money he saved up. He's more skilled than he looks. Nicole proposed to a woman. Nicole proposed to a woman, but she refused because she didn't want to be with a common soldier. He swears he'll get promoted to to leading 100 men soon and repose again. He doesn't care how risky it will be in battle. Well, I guess everyone stake themselves on lost causes. So when I look out there, it's like each one of those lights contains tiny dreams and hopes. Man, this is so cool. That's the way it looks, man. I think that's he's somewhat feeling jealous about that. That everyone has. I think it's already something. He's someone that doesn't have any goals or motivations or dreams. Yeah, I think it would be like it would feel. He would feel empty, pointless. I guess his life, and I think but it's really cool that Guts is somewhat acknowledging that through his men that yeah, these people they have they have they have they have the hope and the dream of having a normal life. And I guess aside from being a soldier, I think if anything, um Guts is saying that these soldiers that he's with is hoping to survive this and to be able to I guess another thing is that they have something to look forward to for tomorrow. I think that's what God is lacking right now is he doesn't have something to look forward to the next day. And yeah, I think eventually he'll find that here. Campfire of Dreams, huh? Yeah, and I guess each of those men have their own goals, their own um, dreams that they follow, and yeah, it's really cool. You smooth talker, you sound like some princess. Can it? Man, but you're right. Maybe they've all brought their own individual little flames together here. Man, you could scatter them just by blowing, so all those little flames throw themselves into the biggest bonfire. The blazing inferno. Name Griffith. Yeah. And all those dreams eventually, man. But you know, my flame ain't here. As for me, maybe I'm just warming myself by that campfire for a bit. Maybe I just stop in by chance. Oh, he's planning to leave. But I don't think he could leave because he had a deal with Griffith, Guts. Because, yeah, I guess Guts' difference is he doesn't have that motivation, that goal. As long as I have this, I'm confident I can survive any battle. That's how it's been up till now. But still, it don't really mean much. Even before I joined the Band of the Hawk, no matter how badly the battle was lost, I myself was sure to survive like this time. I was on the battlefield before I was old enough to understand things. The mercenary leader who raised me taught me nothing beyond how to wield the sword. I had nothing but this. I don't want to die, but just because I didn't want to die, just because I didn't know more than how to use this, I kept fighting in battles. And maybe more than anything, I've always tried to leave the most essential reason for fighting up to other people. Guts, you. Hey. Ha, hell. Too much talking for me. What was the rambling about? Man, this is. And the current Guts right now, he doesn't talk much. Man. And why the hell I tell you that all that? Pathetic. Ah. Back at you. Guts, you don't tell me you're leaving the Hawks. Oh. But could he? Oh. But why? I guess, like I said, I'm fighting all till the end of this campaign, even if I have to crawl. And then afterwards, Guts, Casca. Griffith's come back. He said he heard you two were safe and advanced his schedule a day. I guess Griffith wouldn't really stop him from leaving. I'm not sure though, because what what about the bet that they had before? Is it? I guess maybe he could consider it. Guts might. I don't know what, but I guess it is Guts still choice. So Captain Guts, yo man. I'm sorry, Griffith. Everyone had to deal with a mess because of me. Pushing myself when I wasn't well and going to the front was my mistake. Doing so exposed the men of my unit to danger, not just them either. Guts and his raiders too. I'm not qualified to be a commander. Whatever punishment you. That's cute. Fuck yeah. What was that for, jerk? Oh, welcome back, man. Wahaha, commander. Me too, me too. Alright. Come on, let's go toss one back. You're really up to it, Captain, man. But look at Casca. She's, man. I think she's really, her feelings now are really somewhat shifting. Somewhat being, I guess, it's swaying towards Guts. Yeah. The boozle disinfect me, Moron. But hey, who cares? Celebrate the 100 men kill. What's wrong? Nah. Was here serious? No. And now she's feeling sad about Guts leaving. Eh, man. Shooter Empire stronghold of Doldri. A message reporting our army's casualties are very high. The only unwounded men left are at headquarters. How could this be? How could the White Tiger Knights, one of Midland's two greatest forces, be so easily? Doldre, it's nigh impregnable. Reporting, what now? Roughly 1,000 riders from the main gate of the enemy fortress. They're charging in the direction of our headquarters. It can't be. Shooter's most powerful knights, the Holy Purple Rhino Knights. Ooh, they look so menacing. Man, and I really love that. I guess each group has their themed animal. And I guess with Band of the Hawks, I guess the whale, and now with this with the rhino. And I guess it makes the other group, I guess, more like they have some kind of signature. And I think that's one other cool that they're somewhat showing in the, I guess, in this medieval fight. And man, and man, their horses. So I think this would be like a big challenge for the group of, I guess, the Band of the Hawks. But I'm really surprised that Guts is planning to leave the Band of the Hawks, because I think if anything he's somewhat, I think this, I thought that he has found his place where he would be who would he be be able to become a part of. But I guess he's that's what he's somewhat saying to Casca before, is that he still feels that he doesn't belong to with them because of, I guess, because of their dreams, their motivation, that he doesn't have that. And I think that's maybe the reason that he wants to leave the band. But another thing that I'm thinking is that why would Griffith allow that? And um and what will happen after that? Will he really be able to leave the band of the Hawks? Because I think we saw a flashback where it was Guts and Griffith with then there was like tons of corpses around, and it was just the two of them. So did that happen already, or will it happen again? It will still happen in the future. But I guess somewhat looking back, somewhat I guess um rem- remembering that moment, I guess it might already has happened because I think Guts was somewhat younger there compared to what he is, I guess, in this moment, in this current chapters. So I guess he but the thing is, Guts will still also have to be sacrificed to the um to the God Hand, to the Behelit or things like that. So I guess when he leaves the band of the Hawk, something will happen to the band. Then he'll try to, I guess, to come back and maybe, I don't know. I guess we'll see about that. As all of you are aware, the 100-Year War was initiated by Shooter's invasion into our kingdom's territory. The fortress of Doldri originally belonged to us for several hundred years and was pivotal in the defense of our border. But in the 100 years since it has fallen into Shooter's hands, ironically, it has become the most important base of operations for their invasion against us. The Battle for Doldri, Chapter 1. However, Shooter is currently undergoing a sudden crisis of internal conflict over the next succession to the throne. Whatever military might the Empire boast, they shouldn't be able to spare their full potential for this battle. Surely this is a 1 in 1,000 chance for us. If we let this opportunity slip away, Doldri, our land will never be recaptured. But how do you propose? Certainly, Doldre is impenetrable. What's more, the main occupying force is the mightiest of Shooter's Knight Corps, led by the valiant General Boscon, the Holy Purple Rhino Knights. Not to mention that the White Tiger Knights, one of Midland's two greatest forces, could not take the fortress. What a bitter day of defeat. Total warfare. So it's the only choice. That is perilous. In the current campaign, the primary force of the White Tiger Knights has already been reduced by almost 4/10. There is no guarantee that even all-out war would cause Doldre to fall. Moreover, if the siege drags out, the inevitable result will be a pincer attack by the enemy when their main force flank us. If we aren't careful, we could be wiped out. Yeah, they're really banking a lot in trying to take the fortress. And I guess what they're thinking is that this might be like a pivotal moment for them to end the war. But at the same time, it's also a big gamble because if they're going for an all-out war in and going to attack the most um impenetrable fortress, they would really be losing a lot. And I'm not sure if that would be. I guess if in terms of risk and reward, that would be um worth the sacrifice that they're going to make to attack the castle without unless they have a very great, I guess, strong opportunity to win the battle if they take the fortress. if we look at it overall, this campaign is a victory. Is there really any reason for us to pursue, yeah, such a dangerous gambit? If we withdraw here and now, no, all the troops we've already deployed have been in vain. The final objective of this campaign has always been the capture of Doldre. Failing that, there's no chance of reclaiming our territory. But now that we've lost the Tiger Knights too, yeah, this is somewhat now being somewhat a greedy move. Because because instead of, I guess, just stabilizing and I guess having a victory, they might even put themselves in a position where they might really lose the war. So I don't know, if it was me, I guess I would just strengthen my forces again and I guess really find a viable strategy to take the fortress without sacrificing that many troops. Because this would just make the victory that they had um, into into nothing if they lose this battle. How about you, Sir Griffith? If I were so ordered the victor that you are, you think there's anything you could do this time? I just, of course, however much of a godsend you're considered in the battlefield, there's some things one can't do, eh? But, oh man, this is a. I guess if this is somewhat like an impossible and a big gamble, Griffith would definitely take this opportunity. Because this would. Griffith is not really. Griffith is aiming for recognition. So, man. I guess the greatest. I guess the less risky move here, I think that is what Griffith will be trying to propose, is that they will only the band of the Hawks will attack the fortress, and they would do it in a way where it's somewhat like a sneak attack. So if they ever lose, they wouldn't really it wouldn't be really a big blow to the whole army because they are just a group of another group of a part of just that whole army instead of using the whole army. So I think that's what Griffith will be proposing. If His Majesty ordered me. Nonsense. You could say it could be done, but you, sir, you could topple Doldre? Ha ha ha. You don't know anything. Listen to me, do you have any idea how many times in the past 100 years that fortress has gone undaunted despite our constant efforts to capture it? Countless distinguished commanders and great generals have accepted the challenge, and not one of them has been. Oh man, this is like a perfect. This is like This is really definitely so enticing for Griffith to hear this, because this is saying tons of generals. No one has ever done this before, and this would make him so famous, so recognized, and at the same time, the king would owe him a lot, and I guess he would also be able to gather the favor of the people. Man, but this is risky. But I don't think it would go that way so easily. Now you say you can. Never lost a battle. Perhaps it's gone to his head a bit, huh? I wouldn't doubt it. Sir Griffith was that sincere, man. Man, he convinced the king. His Majesty, then even you cannot mean you believe him. This is reckless. No matter how much Sir Griffith might, not even the White Tiger Knights could accomplish this. Whatever the strategy, an assault on the fortress is impossible without a great force of arms. If we fail this time, the damage done to our army would be. Because, man, I don't think head-on fighting a fortress would be the best way to to siege a fortress like that. If they were saying that it's impenetrable, I think the most creative way is to, I guess, somewhat slip into that place with just maybe just a few men, and then somewhat sabotage the guards or things like that, or create a distraction. But I think Griffith, knowing Griffith, he definitely has a plan. There's no need for a large force. I will require only the band of the hawk. Yeah, this is man. He will now show to the world, man. And of course, this will make him really now if he is able to pull this off, no doubt the the recognition he will receive, especially from the king. Ludicrous, with at most 5,000 cavalry, you would take on the fortress occupying force of 30,000. Don't push your luck, young man. The main path of strategy is consistently to confront less with more. Don't think your clever little plans will work forever, man. And I guess this is the problem with these generals, is that their thinking has already been narrow-minded. It's already been so fixated with that, um always with more troops, with yeah, just the simple strategy of just 100 men versus 10 men is obviously much better than attacking 10 men. But I think that's the thing that the art of war has talked about a lot of times, and I guess also in other warfares, that it's not really just because of the number of men. Sometimes if it's the landscape is really advantageous, because a narrow path where even if it's just 10 men could really defeat 100 men, and maybe even 1,000, if the strategy is really, if it's a really great strategy, and that's with the high ground thing, with the mountains, surprise attack. So there are tons of things that strategy, and that's why it's called a strategy, man. It's really it's really somewhat it's really I guess scary to have these kinds of commanders, because even in real life this might also happen, that they did not become like generals, or the position that they have, because of their skills, or I guess the knowledge in terms of battle, is because of the influence. I think that's somewhat is the difference, especially in war. And why why don't we allow this to pass without making a fuss? Such a fuss, general. At this point, it seems whatever path we choose, we have no option but total warfare. Before that, allowing a single force to attempt a clever plan should, yeah, that's just, yeah, this guy is much more reasonable compared to this older generals. Because what would they lost if Griffith's band of the Hawks do not succeed? It wouldn't really create a big impact if they're aiming for a total warfare, and it's a low risk big reward kind of thing. With Griffith, should not have any significant impact on the morale of the entire army. Besides, until now there have been many groups of enemies outnumbering them that were yet defeated by the band of the hawk. Nothing says there's no chance this can. Doldre isn't so soft a target. Man, this dude is more reasonable compared to the others. Majesty, your decision. I command the band of the hawk to capture Doldre. Man. But the thing is this the beginning of the fall of Griffith's ambition? And how many men will have to die here? But I guess if he's able to achieve his goal now, because of this, at least maybe that would at least I don't know if that will that really lessen the number of people that will die. But I guess that's not really his main goal. His goal is to become a king, to have his own kingdom. Relying so much on such a boyish newcomer like him, the dignity of Midland's army has fallen to the ground, and His Majesty's guns senile. Ah well, I suppose that's how it would feel to lose your own forces. You really seem to have bought into the White Hawk, Sir Laban. Yeah, I think he's the most reasonable one that we've met so far. And it usually now usually the more younger generals compared to the older, I guess, um conventional thinking generals. Now to see whether or not he lives up to your expectations this time. Come, I simply stated the truth as it stands, Sir Owen. Besides, if he can't do it, I doubt there's anyone in Midland who can take Toldry. Certainly. Wonder what his group is. Who knows whether I should say this is as a man, but he is quite the image of one. Yeah. Distinguished commanders, huh? We might be fighting alongside. Oh, the hero of the century. Yeah, he could have been. He could have been, I think, like the hero. But the thing is, Griffith is willing to play dirty. He's willing to do anything to achieve his goals. And right now, I guess he looks more noble and honorable. But I wonder what things he will do eventually. Doldre, huh? Who cares? It's a place. Fighting and gambling when you win. You win when you lose. You lose. I mean, fighting and gambling. When you win, you win. When you lose, you lose. And 5 and 2 hand. No way. Yeah, again, 10 in a row. The captain. Man, he's so. I guess this is also his trait is he's really lucky. I've got some wicked bad luck. That does it. I ain't giving up till I break even. 3 months wages. 3 months wages? What's up? You got something on your mind, huh? No. Don't worry. We've done stuff like this so many times already. Mr. Calm and Compose himself volunteered for this. The odds must be in our favor, right? Yeah, I don't know though. Because this is still a very hard mission for them. Especially if they're going to attack a fortress. So they need to infiltrate it in some kind of way to I think they need to in order for them to weaken the defenses of a fortress. Because I don't think fighting head on would really um, be possible. I just hope he stays calm and composed. What I told you that time, Han. How the Hawks got involved in a territorial dispute a long time ago. Oh, come on, Cho. You bet your ass though. Cho, my life for a Cho. Oh, right. The nobleman I mentioned has promoted himself by way of his financial assets. He's supreme commander on the front lines for a certain empire. Hey, oh, hey, don't tell me. Governor General Genon, supreme commander of the Tudors Empire's northern battlefront. Oh, that's his current title. But no injuries at all, naturally. Who said that? Wahaha, that's why they call me Adon, the invincible resourceful general. Why would I be beaten that easily? You're definitely tenacious. Yeah, he just escaped. With the secret technique passed down through my Koborlowicz family for 700 years. Kasatsu Jizai, playing dead. Yeah, it is a secret thing. I had no trouble in deceiving his eyes. But still, that brat, the next time we meet in battle, gah, he won't escape me. But shouldn't you fear him already with after what you've witnessed? For shame, Adon. Why, it's your grace, General Boscon. Oh man, man, he looks so menacing, man. Man, I love his eyes. Not only have you suffered the disgrace of leading an entire mercenary troop to their deaths for the sake of settling a grudge, but your younger brother Samson lost his life and you dare return alone in dishonor. No, no, your grace, that was just inexcusable. Oh. Oh, I thought he killed him. Sir Adon, uh, I hereby revoke all command authority from you for the remainder of the war. Just be thankful I'm not casting you into the dungeon. Sir, please wait for us. The report says that his adversary was just one man. But that can't be. It's severe as always. I heard you from up there. From up here. Man, I think he's giving me like I guess a very skilled and very strategic I guess commander. So I'm somewhat worried for I guess the band of the Hawks. Forgive that momentary indignity. That aside, a spy report just came in regarding the second force attempting to capture Doldre. Sir, you know them as well, yes? The band of the Hawk. Oh yeah. I guess he would at least have an information about them. And I have a feeling that one of the generals is like a spy for the king for this king because he was really trying to push that they attack the fortress even though it's a very big risk. He seemed pleased. No, it is not that. I have simply heard that the band of the Hawk has never been defeated. They seem more challenging than enemies of great number or fame. By the way, there's something I must tell you before the battle begins. Sir, the leader of the Hawks, the White Hawk, you mustn't kill him. Take him alive and bring him before me, yes. But sir, what? Am I clear? It's your governor's command. Man. Is the band going to lose? And Griffith will be taken to the governor? Man. I'm worried now. Okay, Battle for Doldre, Chapter 2. I guess they're going to attack it head on. How are your injuries? Yeah, they've just about closed up. That stuff of yours was no joke. It really bewildered the doc. Thanks, man. Still though, the more I look at that, the more I want to go home. Its walls are 2 times higher and thicker than most. Yeah, for you to even be able to reach at that point, you would have to evade tons of arrows, traps, things like that. Man. And with that cliff behind it and a basin in clear view in front, it's no wonder it's been safe for 100 years. To top it off, it's guarded by those Rhino Knights. Talk about bad news. Cripes, no problem. The place just a little big. If Griffith's got a plan as usual, we'll be fine. Hope you're right. Even so, man, this is like suicide. I don't know how they'll win this though. Nowhere to run. I'm surprised. Maybe Guts will do something crazy. What the White Hawk? What's his planning? What's his planning? Placing his men with their backs to the river, knowing he knows he nothing of strategy. No, rather a mediocre officer would be incapable of accomplishing such an apparently foolish pretense. Very well. However, he's calculated his plan. Their numbers will only last so long in the end. I shall complete simply confront him head on. However, the governor's partiality, is there some sort of connection between those two, or else? Yeah. I haven't the time to deal with the governor's petty vulgar tastes. I am no more than a man of arms, and my mission is ever simply to defeat the enemy. Whether the enemy general lives or dies is the fortune of the moment. The White Hawk. To think that I would have met him by chance once more. What splendid fortune. That one night, even now, I can't forget it. He is fine wine. Man. Worth the value of his weight in gold. An intoxicating phantom, yeah. He just wants to be... Um, but the thing is, what was his name? Gaston? I forget his name. The general is not... I don't think he will try to... I guess he... I don't think Griffith is definitely going to die, but I don't think is planning to follow the request of the governor. The burns of that night still do not heal. I swear I will have you once more, lover. That's one hell of a dust storm. It's all part of the plan. Oh, a cover. Are you alright? Oh, good. Let's get started. I just hope he stays calm. Oh, I guess because I remember now. He was scratching his arms, and I think Griffith might be emotional. I guess because of his experience with the governor. So I think that's what Casca is saying, is that Griffith might, I guess he might just go in full rage mode. I don't know. Maybe that's what she's. Yeah, because he might lose it, and I guess that would definitely put them at risk if that happens. Hmm. That never happened with him. Not something like that. But if it happens though, this is the end. And he's planning to leave at the same time. So I guess this is where it really will finally start. The fall of Griffith's ambition. And what was Nosferatu? What did he say? That the moment this guy ambition collapses, like blood or something. It's probably the last time I swing my sword beneath this banner. Okay, I guess my theory will be they will fight this battle, and then maybe Griffith will lose it. All the band of the Hawks will die, and I guess not really die, but they are in a position where they will be in a losing position. Griffith will be desperate, and maybe that will summon the Godhead, and he will be given a choice to sacrifice, guess one of them, and he will choose Guts. I don't know, maybe first unit advance, but I'll keep it together. I go into battle as captain of the Hawks Raiders, and nothing else. Draw swords, vanguard, charge. Man, the enemy is moving. The vanguard is a force about 2,000 strong, directly controlled by Griffith. He's divided his already small force into two, with the leader himself at the force, the fool. I don't know what kind of trick he means to pull. but to challenge the Holy Purple Rhino Knights personally with at most 2,000 behind him. It's like the hare leaping into the tiger's mouth. So be it. We will meet you. All troops forward. Destroy the enemy's first wave. Man. I wonder what Griffith is planning. I guess maybe the dust would at least give them cover. So those are the fabled band of the Hawks. Amusing. We are the foremost unit of the Holy Purple Rhino Knights, whose charge has never been once halted. But you've never fought guts before, man. Man, he threw off the guy from his horse. Man, that would boost the morale of his soldiers. Man, this is such a cool panel. Man. One of the enemy units is breaking through to our center. They aren't stopping. One strong push to the center to kill the general. So that's his scheme. Oh, he was... Yeah. Oh. Wow. He was able to take off the helmet of Guts. And I guess Guts was able to cut off his horn. Oh. Okay, final chapter. Battle of Doldrey. Man. Oh, that's such a cool shot. Hmm. The general, protect the general, follow the captain. It can be, they aren't stopping. No matter how many enemies we've faced, the charge of the Holy Purple Rhino Knights has never been checked. Forget advancing, we're being pushed. General, so that's him, sir. The band of the Hawks Riders captain. That man then, no wonder. It would seem the story that Adon's 100 mercenaries were killed by one man is not entirely untrue. Damned Hawks, they possess worthy adversaries. Do not panic. This is merely a harassment tactic. The numbers are still few. Arrange formation and force them back. Yeah. They're still somewhat outnumbered though. The Hawks and the Rhinos are well matched, though after all this is the extent of a small force's capabilities. But that Boscon, if he keeps fighting that way, he'll kill Griffith. Might he intend to disregard my command? Is anyone there? Sir, I am here. Prepare my bodyguards who remain in the fortress to ride. I will take personal command on the bat. Oh, I guess this would change if Griffith sees him. It might change he might be furious now, and he might lose his cool, and that might hinder the strategy. Yes, sir. But the defense of the fortress, I care not. At this state, they can't even get near the walls. Yes, sir. I won't sit back and let the returned hawk be shot down. Yeah, but his his lust is getting ahead of him. That I think he might die. And that's a cool shot. Now would be a good time, boss. All hands withdraw. Fall back to headquarters. Come on, boys. Run. Oh, they're going. They're going to pull them. I guess maybe they've laid down a trap. They're going to lure them in. Oh. General, the enemy has begun to withdraw. Let's pursue. Inscrutable, sir. We should have seen the outcome of such an attack from the start. This is really the plan of the undefeated White Hawk. Yeah, they're just going to lure you into a trap. Meaning no disrespect. But perhaps you've overestimated them, sir. It was probably a desperate plan to break through at one point and claim your head. There must be no other options left to a small force like the Band of the Hawk against the Holy Purple Rhino Knights. But if you're going to underestimate them, man, you'll definitely it will bite you back. But sir, order us to pursue them swiftly. I wonder what the Boscon will do. If we let the White Hawk escape like this, the main won't be able to contain their discontent over missing such a fruitful opportunity. Everyone is hot-blooded for a chance to bolster our renown even further. General, His Excellency, the Governor. What are doing, Boscon, Excellency? Oh, maybe the governor will ask them to pursue the enemies in flight. Would you let your chance at victory slip away? No, sir. However, everyone listen. Yeah, this is a trap. I will not permit the enemy leader, Count Griffith, to be killed. You shall capture him alive. In return, I promise whoever captures him a special double promotion. Oh, and whatever monetary reward you wish. Governor, promising a thing like that, never you mind. But what of military discipline? Boscon, from here on, yeah, they might lose this now. I think Boscon is smart enough to recognize that they are being lured into a trap. But because this is the the disadvantage of in this kind of situation when there's always someone higher than you, but he's more um he's more incompetent and he's just so, I guess right now at the same time the governor is just full of lust right now that he just wants to pursue Griffith. He's not really thinking about the risk and that his men will be put through, and I don't think he even care about his own men. So I guess this is a great opportunity for Griffith to win. From here on, I am in direct command. The Holy Purple Rhino Knights will pursue the enemy. Convey my orders to all your men. Be thorough, General. It cannot be helped. All are to pursue the enemy. But I guess this is just like a first phase of the war. I guess their siege. Because they might be able to kill, I guess, a lot of soldiers of the Purple Rhino. But they still have to go through the walls of the fortress. So, and I think there are also men guarding the fortress. So they will still have to go through a lot. But this would be like a great, I guess, initial victory for them. But at the same time, it would make, I guess, make Boscon a lot more, I guess, more careful the next time in their next battle. Whoa, this ain't good time to be bringing up the real bar myself. But as planned, they took the bait and came on. Yeah, they were they have an idiotic governor. Right, everything's in the palm of your hand like it's always been. And but it's just the beginning though. Spectacular. What you mean we're gonna take on all of them? Take formation. It's do or die. The river's behind with no escape route. Lay down your lives. There's no other chance for survival. But if we do survive, we will stand victorious. Oh man, that's so cool. Oh man. The art style changed drastically. I guess I guess the intensity. Oh man, you could hear the war cry. Oh man, that's so cool. Man, it's like a painting. And yeah, they will rain fire. They will when yeah, they'll just fire arrows at them. I thought this was just an open field. Man. What in the world is going on? I can see through the dust cloud. And there's the dust cloud at the same time. Well, you know, there's about 1 in a million chance they will actually lose. Yeah, 1 in a million is still 1 in a million. There's still a chance. It's not zero. I heard whoever captures the enemy leader can name his reward. Just about everyone from the fortress is out there. Oh, everyone from the fortress? Man, they will really lose this war now. I thought that they have at least, I guess they've split up the forces. That there are archer. I guess they would still have archers and some soldiers within the walls to protect it. But I guess they're somewhat underestimating Griffith's group because it's not really a large force, so they just plan to, I guess, to win, to just destroy them head on instead of, I guess, using their advantage of the fortress, which is really really surprising. I thought that they would really struggle a lot, but I think so far Griffith's plan is working. Forget about it. Too much competition. Hmm? What? Oh, what is it out there? Oh, Cascas group. Yeah, they were a distraction. Enemies, where they rush in. Man, yeah, man, that's just so cool. So yeah, they've now infiltrated the fortress, and they could use this to their advantage. They could somewhat pincer the forces outside if they have taken the fortress. First division block the gates, and they did say that everyone from the fortress, all the soldiers, is out there trying to get their reward. Block the gates. Absolutely no enemy messengers get outside. All others proceed according. Yeah, cut off the communication. All others according to plan. Swiftly. There's no time to lose. Oh, this guy. Oh, isn't that? Oh man, this is so cool. Okay, so that's the end of the read through, and man, this is getting more better and better. But I have a feeling that something might something might risk this. Might endanger the plan. I guess maybe it's Griffith, because they keep hinting about it. That I guess it was Cascow somewhat hinted that I hope that Griffith stays calm and collected, because he might, maybe something will happen for that that Griffith will somewhat risk their 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 strategy. I think that will be the moment where they might lose this war. Because I don't think, I have a feeling that they won't win. They might lose this battle. I think it's also somewhat because of, I guess it's because somewhat God's planning to leave the Hawks. So maybe this is really the, because if Griffith loses this battle, I think this is the collapse of his ambition, the beginning of that. And I think this will be the time where he'll be more frustrated, more more desperate to achieve his goal. Because if the band of the Hawks lose here, Griffith will have to start from scratch again. He will have to build up his army again, his 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 soldiers. Because even though Griffith was somewhat, I guess, promoted to a knight and his position, he would still need he would still need men. And the thing is, the band of the Hawks are not just ordinary men that he could find. He 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 grew up the band of the Hawks. He somewhat molded it and took care of it. He somewhat built it for decades, or I guess for years. So it's not something that he could just recreate instantly. So I think once he lose the band of the Hawks, I think that's when he will become um he will feel hopeless about his dream, that he would look for an alternative to achieve his goal. I think that's when the Behelit might activate. Maybe that's when the God Hand will suddenly will happen. So I think this is like the we're really now close to the moment where we will finally learn what happened to Griffith, to Casca, to Guts. And the sad thing is that it's just that um, Guts and Casca's relationship has now starting to develop, and I think it's also the moment where I guess they might lose each other or things like that. So I'm somewhat worried now. I'm really worried because I guess I should have expected it, and I guess because of the backstory, I somewhat low key, somewhat being, somewhat forgetting that um, there might be no Band of the Hawks anymore, and that Griffith and Guts, um, Griffith will have to sacrifice Guts, and will have to make him like will sacrifice him and be branded, and Griffith will be a part of the God Hand. So, and I guess because the thing is that I remember the first arc with I forgot his name, the snake guy. Because if Griffith learns about that power, I think he would feel that he would need the Band of the Hawks anymore. That just that strength alone would enable him to achieve anything. So I think that's the temptation that he will eventually experience with the Behelit and with the God Hand, which is really a tragic thing. What I'm just really hoping now is that I hope that at least Casca survive. At least that we still get to have that relationship. I guess for her to be reunited with Guts. Because I think now, if anything, Casca has almost the same care for Griffith, if not more than Griffith for Guts after what happened between them. And I think she still hasn't realized that. But I think now, if there will be a chance where Casca has to choose between Griffith and Guts, I think Casca will choose Guts now. I think that will be, that's what I feel now for I have a feeling about Casca now, is that I think she has now much more stronger feelings for Guts. Maybe still hasn't realized it yet, and I think the only reason now that she's been with Griffith is really somewhat like gratitude or things like that. But I guess she's still, I don't know. I'm still just speculating for now. So I'm still not sure whether or not that's the case. But I think if anything, the person that she cares the most right now would be Griffith and Guts, and I guess also maybe the Band of Dogs. But I think in a much more specific sense, I think it would be Griffith and Guts. So, man, I'm somewhat worried now, because what if Casca is the the thing that would really make Guts angry towards Griffith? Maybe not the Band of the Hawks, but I think it might also be the band, because Griffith has showed great concern for the band at the same time, because he talked about his men, their dreams, things like that. So yeah, that's what I think with this chapters. How about you guys? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you did enjoy watching my read through, please leave a like, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for updates. And if you want to watch my read through on the next 5 chapters right now, you can check it out in the link in the description down below. It will really help me a lot in creating videos like this in the future. So please consider checking it out. Thank you for watching. See you on my next video. Have a great day. Goodbye.